Hey guys, how's it going? This is James Anderson here. And look, I'm so happy to come to you guys today because it's almost a new year. We're in the end of 2014 going to 2015, and you know what that means? That everybody's starting their New Year's resolutions and starting their new goals and things like that. But I wanted to come to you and spread a little light to some people that might have trouble with setting their goals or their New Year's resolution. And it's simply because they don't know the actual process to goal settings or the steps to manifesting your realities. And it comes from the book Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read it, it's by Napoleon Hill. It's one of the greatest success books that's out there. Everybody lives and dies by this book because the principles inside of that book really do bring a lot of things to light with as far as your mentality and your thought process. But in the book, it's a really important part talking about goal settings, the 6 steps to goal settings. I'm going to paraphrase a bit, but I am going to share those with you in a really simple, kind of direct manner on what you need to do when you're setting your 2015 goals and beyond. So starting right off into it, number one, you have to make sure that you define what you want. Now, guys, this has to be two things have to apply here. It has to be quantifiable and it has to be measurable. What I mean by that is that you can't say in 2015 I'm gonna lose a bunch of weight. You have to say in 2015 I'm gonna lose 15 pounds. In 2015 I'm gonna lose 45 pounds. In 2015 I'm gonna make $20,000 in my business. It doesn't matter. You just have to make sure that's quantifiable. So there's some type of measuring and accountability that's put towards it. Now, number two is the big one that a lot of people miss, and is what are you willing to pay for that goal? What price are you willing to pay? So if I'm a person that says, okay, I'm going to make an extra $20,000 in cash flow in my business this year, then I have to look at myself and say, okay, what am I willing to give up? Does that mean that on the weekends I can't go out as much? Does that mean I have to stay up a little bit later to work on different ideas I'm going to be sharing with my clients? You know, if it's, say for instance, health is always a big one, so I'm going to go back to that. If it's dealing with health, it says, well, I'm not going to eat after 7:30. I'm not going to eat after 8. I'm not going to eat any more junk food. I'm not going to drink any more soda. All those things come back to the price that you're willing to pay, because if you're not willing to put anything out, then you're never going to get that goal or dream that you want to desire, you know. So number three, I love this. I love this part here, and it's to define a specific date for the achievement. So, meaning you have to make sure that you apply some type of time scale to it. You know, a lot of people throw it out there and say, "Oh, I'm going to quit smoking in 2015." Or I'm going to make more money in 2015, or I'm going to lose weight in 2015. Whatever the case is, always make sure that you have a date to put it to there. It gives you kind of a target. You know, if I'm an archer and I'm at a range and I'm just shooting at the wall and I don't have a target, then I don't know really what I'm shooting for. So a target can be something very simple as that I'm going to lose 50 pounds by June. It can be that very specific and that straightforward. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. You don't have to break it down as far as, this week, that week, I'm going to lose 2.5 pounds this week. No, just put it specifically, make it very straightforward. The more concise that date can be, the easier it's going to be for you, and it gives yourself a target to shoot for, which is very important with goal setting. Number four, this is great. You got to define an execution plan for what you're actually doing. You have to have a plan that's going to be put in place for you to hit your goal. Now, this is where your regimented actions come into play. For example, you're gonna have a person. I deal with a lot of people that's in business, and one of the great things they like to say is that I want to help so many clients. Well, your execution can be simply exposing yourself to more people. What do I mean by that? You know, there's a saying goes in sales or in business that is 10, 5, 4, 1. For every 10 people that you talk to, 5 will actually agree to hear what you got to say. 4 is actually going to really show up and listen to what you have to say. Then you can get 1 client after that. So a regimented action might be, okay, every day I'm going to make sure I put my business card into 10 people's hands so I can apply that move. So you have to make sure that you got an execution plan laid out, written out, and very straightforward for what you want to have. And that's super important because it's your roadmap. You know, it's your goal roadmap for all your goals that you're going to have listed. When you apply these steps, you got to define a plan to make sure you can execute on those properly. Number five, this is very key. I love this. It's condense your goals down into one statement. Basically, you're gonna change your goal into an affirmation, and what an affirmation is it I'm not going to go too deep into that because that's going to be another video. However, it's a statement that you say to yourself so you subconsciously get an effect, if that's pretty straightforward. So I can say one of my affirmations is that I'm such a positive person that everybody wants to work with me and everybody loves to be around me and I attract great people. So subconsciously I'm putting that positivity into me and myself and my goals, and I'm able to kind of almost get a booster or a motivation or more or less an inspiration within myself when I start applying affirmations, whatever the structure you want to use. I suggest you look those up and get really diligent with that, because once you define your affirmations, you're going to go to step 6, which is you're going to repeat these affirmations at least twice a day. The best time is before you go to bed. You go to sleep on that good feeling, and then after you rise, shortly after you wake up, you're going to repeat the affirmations again to yourself. So me personally, what I like to do is I have a notepad, I have a small journal, and I have a legal pad that I write goals down, affirmations in. I do it, religiously. I do it sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a day, depending on how I'm feeling. But I always make sure I at least hit them when I wake up, because that allows me to burst out the door. It allows me to have great motivation when I'm attacking my day, and that's what I choose to do. And then when I'm going home, I like to reflect. And say for instance you had a bad day, you're kind of getting beat up out there in the marketplace, or it could just be a rough day. Everybody has them. When you come back home before you go to bed and you kind of relax, you purge all that negativity by reading your affirmations again and uplifting your subconscious. So you want to get really diligent about the structure when you're setting goals and making sure that you're putting forth the best, I guess I would say the best chances. You're going to have the best chances of hitting your goals. Don't just paint some on a wall and hopefully think that it will stick. I'm going to lose a bunch of weight in 2015. No. Don't do that, because it's going to be a lot harder attainable. So if you apply these 6 steps, and I'm going to go over them real quick again: define your goal and be specific. Make sure that you know exactly what you want to get. What are you willing to give up? What price are you willing to pay to get that goal? Number 3, you want to define a specific date for when you're looking to achieve that goal, because you have to have a target. Number 4, create an execution plan. Line out your roadmap and what you're going to do to hit that goal. Number 5, condense it down into an affirmation, whatever it is, something that you can say to yourself so that's a great goal when you come up. And then number 6, you want to make sure that you be able to repeat that goal twice a day. And I believe I've applied this, my wife has applied this. We've achieved some great things that we chose to with writing our goals out. I personally use it because it is a inspiration thing for me. I love, feeling good. I love being positive, and it helps you get focused on what it is you really want to do. So I hope that was a good chance to help you out. Please swing by. You can like this, share this, comment on this, however you guys feel. Let's get some feedback. Let's get it going on some things that you might have done. If you have not checked out the book, Think and Grow Rich, there's so many versions of it. It's so cheap. I'm pretty sure there's even a free PDF version out there. Get the book, start reading it. It can help you start getting aligned, and you can start reviewing where I got this actual list, the 6 steps to goal setting or turning your dreams into reality, whatever. A lot of people call it different things. You can at least know where I got this reference from. So guys, again, this is James Anderson from JDA Solutions, just coming to you, just giving you some straightforward advice that you can use going into your 2015. Let's be bold, let's be great, and let's make everything achievable. You guys have a good day. I'll talk to you on the next video.